want to get up close and personal on Peters on the Block. Today's guest first made a strong impression on Korean viewers through JTBC's Non-Summit and has since established himself as a solid actor, earning recognition for his performances in various productions. He is Robin Deiana, a French-born broadcaster and actor who has delivered memorable performances in works such as the Disney Plus drama Red Swan and the film Birth. Let's hear from him in his own voice.
Bonjour à tous, c'est Robin. Ça fait très plaisir d'être ce matin avec vous.
Welcome to the show, Robin! I should have busted out a French greeting, but I didn't learn French at school at all. Unfortunately, it was German. So, Guten Morgen? Is that
Guten
okay?
Morgen. I can understand. Guten Morgen.
There
I can
we
do
go.
it.
Or bonjour is about all I could say in French. Although, okay, one thing that one of my friends taught me, but in the meantime, I asked another French friend if it meant what my friend taught me it did mean, and they said, no, it doesn't mean that at all. So listen and tell me what this means. Ferme la bouche la poisson.
What?
So they told me it meant shut up, you fish. Does it?
Ferme la bouche ton...
La poisson?
Le
No.
poisson.
No.
Ferme la bouche. Yeah, it means shut your mouth.
Okay.
You fish.
You fish. Okay, so it does mean that. It doesn't make sense, but it,
doesn't
does
make
mean
sense,
that.
yeah.
Okay. It's not an insult or anything that you don't call people a fish.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an insult, but I
No.
don't think they will feel good hearing that
okay.
they look like a fish.
Yeah, and shut your mouth or close your mouth is not a nice thing to say either. So I shouldn't have greeted you with that. I'm glad I went with Guten Morgen instead, our German greeting. So for our listeners out there, apart from the introduction that I gave in your French as well, could you introduce us to yourself, Robin? What do you say when you meet people for the first time? How do you introduce yourself these days?
Usually I do it in Korean these days. So
This is true.
It's been ages since I've did it in French or in English.
Yeah.
So my name is Robin Deiana.
Uh-huh.
My father is from Italy, so that's why the Deiana comes from Italy.
Oh, I never even knew your surname, to be honest, because you're just Robin in Korea,
Yeah,
right?
they call me
Everyone knows
Robin,
you.
yeah. And so I've came in Korea in 2010, so it's been almost 15 years. I think in 2 weeks it will be my 15th anniversary
Wow.
in Korea.
Amazing.
And like you said, I've been doing TV, acting, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
What brought you to Korea in 2010 then?
In 2010, I went to Konkuk University as an exchange student.
Oh, wow.
So I finished my study in France and I had like this 1-year exchange program available. So before starting my professional career,
Sure.
I say, oh, why not do this 1 year, like this 1 year off? And I loved it so much that I decided, okay, let's stop everything that's planned, earn money and go back. So I came back the year later. So it was 2012. 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that option to come out to Korea as an exchange student, that was just offered by your university in France?
Yes.
Oh, that's quite amazing. Because nowadays, of course, Hallyu is so big. But back then, that mustn't have been a common thing, I
I
assume.
remember for Asia, in my university in particular, it was only 2 countries available. It was Japan and South Korea. And South Korea has just been they had just signed the contract of exchange. So it was very new.
Wow.
But I knew about Korea before I watched so many movies and variety shows and stuff like this that
Really?
for me it was like, oh wow, I can go there. Let's go. Let's try it.
Amazing. So you knew about Korean culture before coming to the university exchange program?
Yeah, I knew 2 words in Korean.
Oh.
I knew Dwido because of b-boy. I was a b-boy. I used to dance.
Nice.
And when they do battle,
Yeah.
they always say, "Oh, you need to go back. You need to go back." So they
Dwido.
always say Dwido. So I remember that word so vividly.
Yeah.
And a second one was Taiyanaji. You know, X-Men.
Taiyanaji.
Taiyanaji.
Ah.
You know the old TV shows.
Yeah.
So
not X-Men as in the superheroes. I was thinking, what was in X-Men? Yeah, with Chad Kang Ho-dong and
yes, everybody.
That was massive.
That was massive.
And they used to say Taiyanaji a lot.
There was like this Taiyanaji game corner on that show.
Someone says something and you have to say
Of course.
Taiyanaji, no matter how insulting
Yes.
or anything. Wow. How did you get into that? Because that wasn't popular back in the 2000s in Europe.
Yeah, it was 2005 or 6. I think I was in
Okay.
middle school school.
Yeah.
So it was just by chance. I was just randomly on the internet, on YouTube. I think I get to I'll click on that video, and the first thing that popped into my mind was like, what is this language?
Yeah.
This is not Japanese.
Unfamiliar.
This is not Chinese.
You could tell.
I could tell it was different. It sounds so like interesting because like French, you have like this very monotone.
Yeah. Not too much intonation.
Not too much intonation. So that really was interesting into that languages, and I keep watching and watching and watching. And that was the only show at that time that was available.
Wow. And then you also watch some movies, like some Korean movies?
Yeah. So the good thing with Korean TV is that it made you like the guests there are all actors, singers, etc. So you can search about this actor. Like when he went into that show, I was like, okay, who is he?
Yeah.
And I was searching on the internet. Oh, he made that movie, or he did that song. So I was searching. Oh, that's the type of movie. That's the type of song. And bit by bit, by like my knowledge of Korean culture just like grew so much.
Just through your interest, and you're like linking these people together and researching on it. That sounds so like proactive. I would never have done that. I just like see one thing, think that's great, and then just move on to the next. But that's brilliant.
But that's like also because when I search for all of this different type of content, it was good. That's the reason. It was I liked it. I liked it. So for me, it was not really like a hassle to just I need to watch this movie. I need to study. And no, it was just really fun for me.
It's just your hobby, your pastime, that kind of thing. That's amazing. Siska says this, and I think I heard this before, but it's shocked me again now that you said it. You were a b-boy. Oh my goodness. So what, was that in France when you were younger?
Yes, I started in France when I was, I think 15 or 16 around. And also what brought Korea into it was, at that time, the Korean scene, the b-boy scene was just so huge. They were like first in all of the big international events.
Even back then?
Even back then, yeah. So they were like top for all, like maybe top 2 or top 3 in the world.
Amazing.
Even like I would say even first, like for a lot of years. Yeah. So it was also one of the reasons when when I could go to Korea, I was like, okay, I need to meet this or this b-boy. Right?
Wow. Did you get to do that? Did you do b-boying here as well?
Yes, I did.
Amazing.
What's good about Korean university that we don't have in France is the 동아리 문화, right? All like the extra, like the cultural group stuff.
All those clubs that you
all
can
those
join,
clubs,
right?
yeah. And they had, on my university, they had this dance club.
Ooh.
And there was like a b-boy team. So I was like, just say like, okay, let's try, let's see what Korea has to offer us for the dance, right?
What was it like? Was it like pretty
amazing,
high level?
High level too, and amazing, like that feeling that we don't have in France. I don't know about England, but when you join a university, that feeling of all together, like we are, I don't know, we are that major, or we are that club.
You feel like a group, like a family.
Yeah.
Kind
so
of
that
thing.
first year was a lot of like they call the MTs, right? A lot
Going
of
on
MT,
trips and
OT,
stuff.
yeah.
Brilliant. That's unbelievable. And Siska also says this, and we've got to mention this, Robert, before we go further, because we've got many old school listeners who have been with us for ages. She says, welcome back. And you've not been on Peters on the Block before, but you actually hosted the show. I think it's about 7 years ago now, maybe nearly 6-7 years, when I was on holiday. So we didn't actually know each other at that time. So I remember looking at the photos posted up, and I was like, oh, he's a rather handsome fill-in host. I better worry about my position. And then luckily they let me come back. But I was like, who is that chap? So I don't know how that happened. I'm guessing the writer or someone just got in touch with you or your agency and you managed to fill in.
I think at that time I was doing a show on Arirang too, so I think that's how it came out to be. Yeah, I was doing on the TV part, and we didn't met, but I heard your voice so many times, so I was like, I felt like when I met you after it, I met you, I was like, I knew that guy from so many years ago.
His voice has been here and there, just too much. But thank you so much for doing that. What did you think? What were your first impressions when you did the show? You did it for about a week, I think.
A lot of respect to the people that does a radio show. It's so fun. It's so much fun, really. So much fun interacting with people, but also like the live part, right? the live part was kind of like stressing at first. I was not used to. It was
Sure.
always like, always recordings and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, live, especially on TV side of things, that doesn't happen very often at all.
Yeah, I did maybe in 11 years, I did 2 times, 3 times. Yeah.
Right. But with radio, that's kind of the appeal where you're speaking to people, you're reading their messages. And so you're right. It is a bit nerve wracking in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it's just chatting to people, and kind of playing them songs and stuff. But it's amazing because English is not your first language. Korean is not your first language. And that's what you do most of your work in.
Yeah.
Your second and third languages, whatever the order is. What do you think is more comfortable for you then, Korean or English?
I think it depends on the situation, really. Some situation, I feel like more like the everyday type of situation. I don't know, you go to the mart and you need to buy something. I think it's way more comfortable in Korean now.
Oh, really?
But as far as maybe like, I need to count numbers or I need to talk about like professional stuff, like about movies or dramas. I still feel it's a little bit more intuitive to do it in English or in French. So yeah, that was kind of like situation based.
Maybe because you've lived in Korea for so long now, you're so used to doing the regular going to the grocery store and stuff like that and speaking in Korean. I'm so envious of people who speak more than 2 languages. And I only speak 2 languages because my mum is Korean. So I'm even envious of people like you and Fabian and Alberto, all these people who've been on the show that can speak Korean despite having no like DNA Korean and not growing up listening to it. It's amazing. So how long did it take for you to become like fluent in Korean after you moved here?
I would say just to do like the regular everyday stuff, maybe 1 year and a half.
Okay.
1 year and a half.
Your university studies were in English or Korean?
The first year as an exchange, it was all in English. We had like some few Korean classes, but it was very basics.
Yeah.
When I came back in 2012, it was I only like started like from the Korean Language Institute.
Yeah.
So I did. There is like 6 level. I did from level 2 to level 5. So I think it was around 1 year and a little bit more.
Yeah.
And after that, I felt like I was pretty okay. I could do like every day. I can go around by myself. I can do, I don't know, all the paper stuff and stuff like this.
Sure.
But then when I started that non-summit show, I was like,
was that the first TV thing then?
I did few stuff before, extra stuff. I did like some kind of like a singing show. But that was like the most famous one, the one that kind of blew.
Yeah.
And I remember that first day of recording, I was like, okay, from all of my foreigner friends, I'm the best in Korean. I can do this. I was like,
like confident.
Yeah, confident. And I was humping myself. Like, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah.
And that first day was just mind blowing because all of the foreigners, there's maybe 2 or 3 was kind of like me.
Yeah.
But the other, Julian and Tyler, they were all just like so good at Korean. And I felt like, oh, wow, I only understand 60% of what they're saying right now.
You need to step up. Kind of thing. I don't think the viewers got that impression, because you're famous for speaking good Korean. But you're right. There are some foreigners where you're just like, wow. Like,
wow.
How do you speak that well? That's cheating or something. That's not fair. And I was never on that show. It's the one thing I really regret. I wish I'd been on that show. I got one call to be on it when I was in England. And I was like, I really wish I could be there. But what was it like? Because when it started, I guess no one knew it was going to be that popular. It kind of started with those expectations. But it was the show for a while.
Yeah, for us too. Like all of the members at that time, me personally, I think it was only one time. That was I felt. But then they started like, oh, we need to take the pictures and the profile pictures and stuff like that. Like, okay, that's weird. That was the first time that happened to me in the Korean TV. And then the next week we just like kept doing it. And I remember we did maybe 4 or 5 episodes, like recordings, and the show went up on TV. And that night, all of my social medias, there were like so many messages and like, what is going on? What is going on? And so that was really mind-blowing. Like all of the members at that time, we only felt like it was doing maybe 1 episode or a few episodes. That was only what's up in our head at that moment. And me personally, I ended up doing it for 1 year and a half. I think it was like 55 episodes or something like that.
Wow.
Some people did more.
Yeah.
But at first it was like, okay, you call me for that day, I'm ready. You told me like we need to speak about that subject, and it was just so much fun, really. Like
Really?
also a lot of motivation, like I said, like meeting people that have been in Korea. At that time I was in Korea for 2 or 3 years. And there
So
were
you
people,
were one of the newbies.
yeah,
maybe?
I was on the
Okay.
like the newbie side, and there were people like 10-year plus or almost close to 20 years.
Wow.
And it was so motivating, like to meet them, to
Yeah.
hear their stories, their point of view, like from different countries too, like how they were brought up and etc. And I felt like that show was really important in the Korean scene, I would say.
For
Yeah.
sure. And for giving so many opportunities to more foreigners here. But also, I love those kind of shows because they do give diverse points of views for Koreans to hear. And then also for foreigners to hear like Korea's point of view as well. And you just discuss and find out that, you know, everyone's different but the same at the same time. And, you know, we're all humans. And
Yeah.
that's why I love those shows. I think when I was younger, I used to think, that's just a foreigner who can speak Korean. You know, that's what's great about that, because I would sometimes feel a bit jealous as well when I was younger.
While I was in England, why I was
Yeah. And then I realized, no, that it does do like a cultural thing. I think it's really helpful to hear like different points of view. And Korea now, because we're becoming more multicultural, you can get that in everyday life. But back then, or even before with like Misuda, with the female equivalent show, you wouldn't meet foreigners as a regular Korean very often, so you couldn't hear those different points of view. It is really meaningful. Some of our listeners get in touch. Ben from the Philippines saying, I wonder if you know SJ's guest, our 6 p.m. DJ, Olivia, because she's also from France. So do all French people in Korea know each other? I'm assuming that's not true, but famous ones perhaps.
People that works in this field,
Yeah.
I think we all know like closely or not like from far. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know Olivia. Yeah, she's
Okay.
amazing. She's like a super mom.
She is. She was on the foreigner dad show, 물건너 아빠, and that's for dads. But because she was so amazing, they were like, we've got to put her on. She's way better than all you fathers. And she's great at like teaching her kids good manners and language and sports. I was watching her videos and I was like, she is another level. isn't
Before
she?
coming to Korea, I think it was maybe when I came back after my 1 year exchange. I saw a documentary about her and her brother.
Yeah.
That I know too.
Adrian, right?
Yeah.
Who was a DJ here as well.
Also, yeah. So I was like, I knew them before even starting everything.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
motivation too.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing a figure from your country as well do well, I think, helps motivate you. I remember James was the British representative on Non-Summit for a while. I was like, wow, like that's what I need to do. And I spoke to him afterwards, and you know, I think he doesn't regret, but it was a bit of a shame that he couldn't do more, because I think he moved away to another country quite early on.
Because as I told you earlier, we did like 4 or 5th episode like recordings, and then the show came out on TV. But he already had these plans to go abroad, and so he went kind of quit.
Yeah.
He quit. He had other stuff to do, and so after he sees how the program blew up, he was like, I should have stayed.
Yeah, if he had known, maybe it would have been different. Leon from Singapore says, Lita, one of our other listeners from Indonesia, loves Robin's cameo in Wo Sugum Hwa Mokto Loving Contracts so much. So we're going to talk about your acting career in hour number 2. Is that a recent one or something from a while ago?
This one is maybe 3 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
but it
was
came
your
into other like platforms, streaming platforms. So I think these days there are a lot of message about it.
People are watching it maybe in other parts of the
Yes.
world through those platforms. What was your role in that? So I'm going to talk about this more later, but I assume, you know, you don't play the role of a Korean in anything, right? But these are all Korean works.
Yeah, all Korean works. Yes. So in that particular one, it's because I knew the director and he asked me to come on that drama, and it was a special appearance on the first episode, the very first episode, and I'm kind of like the roommate and the love interest of the supporting character, a guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wow. We'll get into the weeds of all of this, all of your roles, and talk about your personal life a bit as well, if you don't mind, Robin. But we'll play your song request first. So you've asked for Psy's Yonane, Entertainer. Yes. What's the reason for that?
Very simple. You know, in Korea, when it's summertime, Psy is doing his concerts. And
the Waterlight Festival.
Yeah, Waterlight Festival. It's called a Humbok Show, I think.
Yeah, Humbok.
And it was my first time going to one. This, like, I think I went a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Amazing.
Really?
And that song, Yonein, it feels like, oh, I met a Yonein. I met like a star, right?
Is he amazing on stage as a performer? Really?
Amazing. And that is like, yeah, he has all of this plan for his concert, all of these songs, and then he say, okay, now we're gonna start the encore.
Yeah.
And the encore lasts as much as the concert.
Wow.
It's like so much energy.
He just keeps on going.
Keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going.
Because I drove past, he was doing it at Kwachon recently, and we drove past because we were going to Seoulland, which is just behind there, and the concert started, and we came out hours later, and he was still singing, and it was like the end, you could tell. It was like encore style, but he was still so powerful. We put down the windows because we wanted to hear Psy for free. We're like, wow, he's got to be, he's not a young dude or anything.
Yeah.
And how is he doing that? Like again and again and again, every summer and for multiple concerts. That's amazing. All right, so we'll play this one. We'll be back in part 2. That was Psy with Entertainer Yonein. And maybe another level of entertainer. Because I don't know, I'm assuming, Robin, you might get this more, that people sometimes say to me, especially kids, they're like, Yonein, and I'm like, no, I'm not a Yonein. I'm not an entertainer. Like, I will say, maybe I'm a pangsongin, like a broadcaster, but I'm not a Yonein, like entertainer. Or I guess the more less awkward English phrase would be celebrity, and I don't feel like that. Do you ever get that? Do you call yourself that? Because as an actor, I guess that's more the sphere of Yonein, an entertainer.
I don't really feel that way, though. I still feel like when I'm starstruck by so many actors. When I met them on set, I felt like, oh, I've watched you.
Yeah.
I literally watched you when I was in my small room in France. I watched your movies. I watched your acting. I was like inspired by you. So I always felt that way.
Yeah. It is really interesting working in entertainment. I think we're so lucky to meet people that, we may be looked up to and things like that. Ben from Manila saying, how about any struggles, though, when learning Korean, Robin? Or do you find anything still difficult these days?
For learning Korean, a lot of struggle, yeah. I
It's
think,
not easy, is
I'm
it?
still learning.
Sure.
Everybody. I'm still like, every day, sometimes I make so many mistakes, which my wife is pointing out. So for struggle, I think I always say this. These days I do some conferences with students and stuff like this. And for language study, you get used to it. It's like, it's the process of getting used to the language.
Yeah.
It's not like learning.
Yeah.
I don't like that word learning.
Right.
Like, it's more like getting used. It's like, they always use this word, right? It's always like it's exercising. Like you exercise the muscle and you get used to it. But
And you got to keep doing it,
Yeah.
right? Just like with exercise, if you stop, then starting again is difficult until you get back into that rhythm and that groove. That's a really good way to explain it. Because, you never finish learning.
yeah.
But if you just keep on going and getting more and more used to it, especially with listening, I feel that's really important. Like loads of exposure until you can pick things up. So Benny, you send in your voice clips from time to time. The more you do it, the better you're getting as well. I can definitely hear that. Mr. Teo saying, lots of meaningful cultural exchanges, I'm sure, on that program. So does that mean that when you came in 2010, Korean students were also going to your French university for exchange programs?
Oh, yes. Before coming to Korea, I've met some Korean friends there.
That had come over temporarily.
They usually come in my university, which is the University of Burgundy. And my region is famous for wine.
Yeah, Burgundy.
So
right?
they come to learn about wine.
Oh, nice.
Or they want to work on the wine field. So that's how I met like quite a lot of Korean people. Yeah.
Through that before you even came as well. That's fantastic. All right, let's jump into the acting then. So when did you start acting and what drew you into that?
So I started my first acting. I did a lot of extra stuff before, but I would say my first role as an actor was in a sitcom in 2017, 18. And it was a everyday sitcom. Every day.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did this for 7-8 months. It was called, in English, Sunny Again Tomorrow. 내일도 맑음.
Oh.
And that was just an amazing experience because it was a drama everyday drama, everyday sitcom, but
Yeah.
also they were like shooting it as a almost as live, like as a live performance because there are like 3 cameras at the same time. So there is no like a lot of cuts.
You just kept on going. Through
Yeah,
the
it was
scenes.
very like live, like theater style.
Is that not more challenging, like having to learn then big chunks, I assume, of your script and stuff?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, and I learned so much. Like all of the Sambes at the time, they were very understanding. It was my first time working like this, and yeah, I learned so much. That was amazing. Like the first experience I got was the best way you can start.
Wow.
The best way you can start.
Thrown in at the deep end. Like one of our weekly guests, Paul Carver, he does some extra work. So it's good that you make that distinction, I think, that there is a lot of work for foreigners who are not actors. You know, they're just available and they've got the right visuals, and so they might stand in the background or do something like that. But that's completely separate to what you're doing now. So how did you even get that role? Because I'm assuming it's not easy to shift. Not all extras can become actual actors, right?
So before that, I was doing a lot of auditions, and I wanted to do acting before even starting Non-Summit.
Oh, really?
That was my first goal when I
really?
came. When I came back in Korea. So that's why I was starting to do extra stuff, and I was always trying to do, can you give me a role, like I can show you, like I can act, and just give me one line, just give me one, like.
Why did you feel that you could do that, Robin? Did you study acting or?
So when I always was interested in acting when I was in France, but the atmosphere in France, sometimes it can be very like, you shouldn't do this, you know, this is not really for you. Like, and I was kind of like buying into it. I was like, this is not for me. I love it. I just love it, like, you know, like it is. And I just started acting classes when I came back in 2012.
Oh,
so I did like
here
maybe
in Korea.
in Korea. So I learned Korean, and then I did a few like acting classes, and I loved it so much. And I was always waiting for the opportunity. But to be on Non-Summit before, it kind of like helped me get more opportunities in the acting side too.
Because they know who you are.
Yeah. And so that director at that time, he just offered me the chance, to do it.
And the rest is history. So after that, you've done multiple roles in dramas and movies, and I'm very envious when you get to promote films and things abroad. I'm like, that looks like fun, doesn't it? Going here, there, and everywhere. What are some memorable things that you've done then in terms of your roles?
My first role as a French in Korea, that was the first time I did a role as a French. It was a priest. It was about the first Catholic priest of Korea.
Oh, wow.
Named Kim Dae-gon.
Okay.
And he was like, his teachers, historically his teachers were French people, French priests. So I was one of the priests. And because of that movie, that was also my first commercial movie. We've been able to go to Vatican.
Wow.
And to meet the Pope.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so that was, I remember vividly at that time when we were waiting for the Pope to come. And I was just like, almost like teary eyes. I was like, I'm not even religious, really.
Yeah.
I just felt like, wow, what is happening? Like, what is happening to me?
opportunity.
Yeah, what is happening?
So what did you do with the Pope? You just met and greeted. I'm guessing you weren't promoting your film to the Pope, or?
So we had the premiere of the movie was in Vatican in front of all of the religious figures.
Unbelievable.
And the Pope watched it beforehand. He didn't watch it with us, obviously, but he talked about the movie, and he loved the Korean people. He went like a few times in Korea, and he was explaining to us like, I love the Korean people. I think what you did with the movie was amazing. It's good, like you're like spreading the story of this first Catholic priest, Korean Catholic priest. And he talked to us for maybe 10-15 minutes.
Amazing.
Then we took a picture, and some of the other actors, they gave him the poster of the movie. And it was an amazing experience, really.
Premiering it in the Vatican City as well. That alone is pretty awesome, isn't it? So you get to watch that all together as the cast. Unbelievable. Did that get a decent reception in Korea? Because, you know, religious themed films, they can be a bit niche and stuff like that. So was that like a well-received movie in Korea as well?
Especially, like you say, the people that are more interested in like the religious side. They felt like even now, like I'm surprised by comments I receive sometimes about the movie. They
Yeah.
felt like it was a really good, like, thank you for showing, like the story of this
Yeah.
of this Catholic priest. And it's also what I like too about playing a French role is French and Korea at that time was very like intertwined, the history,
Yeah.
but it was a part of like a part of our history and Korean history that we don't learn in France. Sorry.
At all.
So I was also very meaningful to me to show this part, like, we have history with Korea. We have this history and we share like some good memories, bad memories.
Yeah.
So that was very important for me as a French guy now living in Korea, like 100 and something years later, right?
Yeah, that must feel totally meaningful. Like you're doing something that hopefully people in France can watch and then maybe get inspired to learn more about and things like that. Because, even in Korea, I don't think we learn too much about that past. Maybe some of the things we learn are a bit negative, like with some works that have been taken over to France or in French museums and they get returned, and that's in the news sometimes. But yeah, that is something that you're doing for, I guess, cultural exchange. That's like another level, isn't it? In terms of working on like movie and drama sets, what's it like? I mean, because you've done your career here in Korea, I guess there's nothing to compare it to back home. But what's it like being on a set? Is there a lot of like waiting around? Is it really exciting? What's it like?
A lot of hours, a lot of hours, a lot of waiting. But it's fun. Like I feel happy when I'm on set. Really, I don't mind the hours. I don't mind the waiting, and just like the feeling of camaraderie. Like we all together on that project, and we try to make that project the best we can.
I'm assuming it's very different because I did a tiny bit of extra work for like commercials, not for dramas or anything. But in that case, extras, they're just there to get paid. They're not passionate about acting. And it's just like, sometimes the waiting is just so annoying. It's like, I want to go home. But if you're part of the actual cast on something, I'm assuming there's much more interaction with you and the writers and the director and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so keeping each other motivated, I'm guessing that's not a problem. You're all just trying your best for the project.
Like you said, me too. When I start the career as an actor, I felt like the first time on set, I was like expecting, like the attitude I get from before, like as an extra, like, oh, you're doing your work and that's it. But the first times they were all trying to get together and like, oh, what's your idea about this? Should we do it this way? Should we do it that way? And that feeling of working together, of being part of the team, part of like all the crew together. I felt like it was very, very like rewarding, and you feel like you're part of a family, all working together for the same goal. That was amazing time.
And your opinion is valued. Like they're not going to ask extras, what do you think we should do here or there? That's fantastic. We'll get to another song and then we'll be back with our final part today of Peters on the Block. This is Owen's 영화 배우 movie star. We're back for part 3 of Peters on the Block today with Robin Deiana in the studio, French-born broadcaster and actor who recently got married. And I remember your wife's name because she has the same name as my wife. Not because I'm obsessed with your wife, Robin, but congratulations on your newlywed life. How's it going so far?
Amazing. Every day is really a blessing.
You have a YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
Together.
It's called Lobubu.
Robubu, as in Robin Pubu.
Yes.
Ah, that's so cute. People meaning couple. What do you mainly film on that? Just daily life videos?
Daily
and stuff
life
like
videos, yes.
Oh, is she good with being on camera and things like that? It's like my wife is allergic to it. Like she would break out in a rash and just go mad. She's like, don't get me on anything. Don't show my photos ever. But your wife is a bit okay with that side.
If I'm
things.
with her. If I'm with her together, she felt like it's a way of us playing around, and so.
And I think YouTube and broadcast as well. Later on, you appreciate much more the memories that are like forever encapsulated. And I guess acting is the same, right? If you're on screen, you can watch that like 10, 20 years down the line. And even though it's not you're playing a role, it still must be amazing to see that again. Oh, that's so good. What's a video that stood out for you that you've done so far? Like our writer was talking about one where you went fishing with your father-in-law.
Oh, that was my first time fishing in Korea.
Oh,
I mean, my first time
wow.
fishing ever. I did my first time fishing ever.
Wow. Is your father-in-law like into fishing?
He loves it.
My father-in-law used to love it, and I went with him one time, and we didn't catch anything. So I was like, I don't want to do this again. Like all that effort for nothing. Did you catch anything?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So we went one time. We catched like quite a few fishes.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, this is fun. Oh, we should try it one more time.
Yeah.
And there was everybody was telling me, the first time you got lucky.
Yeah.
It was not like. I was like, okay, well, let's do it again. And I catch a bigger fish.
Nice.
And
is
like
this in the sea or in a lake or?
It was like this nakshito.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And there were like all the people that was around were coming to our places because it was like kind of a big fish on this pond.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh wow, I got lucky. I guess I have like fish of luck or something like this. And my father-in-law was like, you could tell like in the video, you can tell he's very happy, he's very excited.
Nice. He's proud of his son-in-law. That's awesome. So go and check it out. Raw Boo. Make sure you subscribe and like there. Robin, at the end of our Peters on the Block, there's so much I want to ask you, but we do have a quiz segment. So I've got to leave it there with the questions for now. But the quiz is optional. You don't have to do it because our writer actually does some quite difficult questions. A lot of Korean radio quizzes are really easy, like to just give away prizes. Our writer likes to challenge our guests. So I think it will be related to acting, maybe to France. You might not get it right. So do you want to take the quiz and risk your reputation?
I want to risk my reputation. Let's do this.
That's why we have the xylophone. Just for that. When you say yes, I get to play the xylophone.
Wait. You forced the writer to buy this one.
Absolutely.
You wanted to do it.
Yeah, I want to play an instrument. I want to put it on my resume. All right, so here is your quiz question, okay? So you watched, according to our writer's research, Joint Security Area,
yes.
JSA,
yes.
right? A film that kind of got you into Korea as well.
Yes.
And it's an iconic film depicting the friendship between South and North Korean soldiers. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's iconic, with actor Lee Byung-hun giving a deeply emotional performance as South Korean soldier Sergeant Lee Soo-hyuk. So here is the quiz question. Which of the following is not a work that Lee Byung-hun appeared in?
Okay, so it's a Lee Byung-hun 선배님 related question.
Yeah, he is. Do you think he's a good actor? Like, he's got so many awards, right?
This is like one of my favorite actors.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That movie that kind of like inspired me to start acting.
I love him, and even like the Hollywood stuff he was in, the Red film series with Bruce Willis.
Oh,
He's
yes.
brilliant in
Brilliant.
that. I love that. Okay, so you should get this right then, if you're a fan. Okay, which of these has he not been in? Number 1, 내부자들, Inside Men. Number 2, 밀정, The Age of Shadows. Number 3, 남한산성, The Fortress. Or number 4, Squid Game, 오징어 Game.
So he has not been.
In one of them. He has been in 3 of them. That is tough. I would not get this.
I think I got the answer.
Oh, really?
What is the number 2 option?
Number 2 is 밀정, The Age of Shadows.
It was not in Miljeong.
Oh. Have you watched all of these?
Yes, I watched all of this.
Oh, wow. So
My bad memory. So I have a very bad memory. So
I have only watched 내부자들 and 오징어 Game, so I'm pretty confident he is in them. But it could be 2 or 3 for me. So let me look at the answers, see if Robin is right. Number 2, 밀정, final answer?
yeah.
Yes, congratulations, Robin. So you get to choose a prize from our box of prizes.
Well, there is really prizes.
Yeah,
huh?
there are some good ones, like worth maybe more than 100,000 won. But there are bad ones, like a selfie with Peter. That's in there as well. I hope you pick a good one.
Selfie with Peter, please.
That's what you want, isn't it? That's what you want to take home to your wife.
Okay.
Okay. What does it say? Please be a good one. It's not a good one, is it? It's not a good one. Judging by that laugh, it is a rubbish one.
Okay. 아리랑 라디오 최고의 호스트 피터 빈트의 친필 사인. Sign.
My autograph.
I need
I'm
your autograph.
Sorry. No selfie, though. No selfie.
No selfie,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm banned from doing it unless you pick it out as a prize. But Sorry, Robin.
It's okay.
A final message to the listeners out there, and also like your plans for the future, your hopes for the future, Robin.
So first, I have a movie coming out.
Oh, nice.
The movie right now is on doing the festival run. I'm also starting a shoot of another movie at the end of August, beginning of September. So I cannot wait to disclose more about this later.
What about the one that's doing the festival run? Can we say the title?
Yeah, the title is Four Kims. It's about four Korean people named with the surname Kim living in the States. And
nice.
how they intertwine, all of the story intertwine, and I'm one of the characters that interact with them. And personal, but I keep doing my YouTube with my wife. Please subscribe. We appreciate you. And for the listeners, be careful with the heat.
Yes.
The heat is crazy right now in Korea. Oh, wow.
It is too hot, right? We can't wait to get into the nice autumn season, which will probably be over before we know it as well. But yes, that's very nice and caring. And Robin, thank you for coming back on the show. Thank you belatedly for covering for me 6-7 years ago as well. It's a late thank you, but you did a great job. I was told by many of my listeners as well. And some of you sarcastically saying, woohoo, Peter's autograph. Yeah, I do apologize once again for that, Robin. Good luck, with those future works, with the YouTube as well. And maybe if I go on holiday again, you should cover again, Robin.
Please call me.
That would be amazing. Fantastic. All right. Good luck. We'll leave things here. We'll be back on tomorrow's show for a Tuesday. It's been your Daily Dose of Korea. Before that, I need to introduce the last song, don't I? QWER with Yours Sincerely. It's been your Daily Dose of Korea. #DailyK out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.